Hi everyone. So today we are going to talk about CA Intermediate exam. So the CA Intermediate exam is the second level of Chartered Accountancy course in India. So let's get started with the eligibility criteria. We did talk about the eligibility criteria in the CA Foundation video, but let's do a quick recap. So there are two routes to be eligible for CA Intermediate exam. The first route is through CA Foundation, which we already covered in our first video, and the second route is a direct entry route. Now the direct entry route is a route for commerce graduates or postgraduates with a minimum of 55% marks. The second is for non-commerce graduates with a minimum of 60% marks, and candidates who have passed intermediate level examinations conducted by the Institute of Company Secretaries of India or the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. Students who are in their final exam or in the final year of their graduation can also register provisionally, but they would need to submit the proof of passing along with the required percentage before commencing the practical training and studies. Now let's talk about the exam pattern. Once you have determined that you are eligible to sit for CA Intermediate, the next step to understand is what exactly is the exam pattern. Now earlier, prior to 2023, the exam pattern was a bit different. The exam pattern was divided, or the course was divided into two groups with 8 papers. But now, since 2023, the exam pattern has slightly changed. We will talk about the changes in a little bit. So Group 1 consists of 3 papers. The first paper is Advanced Accounting. The second paper is Corporate Law. The third paper is Taxation. So the first group is divided into 3 papers. Each of these exams are for 100 marks each. In taxation, you will get to cover both the direct tax, which is income tax, and indirect tax, which is GST, goods and service tax, each divided into 50 each. Now moving on to Group 2, we have 3 papers in Group 2 as well. The first paper is Cost, Management and Accounting, again 100 marks. We have Auditing and Ethics, again 100 marks. And finally, we have Financial Management and Strategic Management, which is 100 marks, with a subdivision of Financial Management carrying a weightage of 50 marks and Strategic Management carrying a weightage of another 50. So there are total 6 papers divided into 2 groups. Now let's talk about the exam pattern. Now the mode of exam is typically offline. It's a pen and paper mode. It's a pen and paper based exam with a duration of 3 hours, and the total marks for each of these papers, the 6 papers that we talked about, is 100 marks each, adding up to a total of 600 marks. Now, the type of questions that you will receive in the exam would include 2, and this is where the main difference between the old pattern and the new pattern comes. Each paper is now divided into two sections where there is a subjective section, or you can say a descriptive section, and the second section would include a objective section, which commonly we call as MCQs, that is multiple choice questions. And approximately 30% of the marks are allocated to MCQs and 70% of the marks are to the subjective questions. The good part is there is no negative marking so far for MCQs. In the old pattern, which is prior to 2023, where we had total 8 subjects, there was no objective or MCQ pattern that was there. Now, the passing criteria in the new pattern would be similar to the old pattern, where the candidates need to score a minimum of 40% marks in each of these papers and an aggregate of 50% marks in each group. This translates to you will have to score a 40 out of 100 in each of the 3 papers in a group and a total of 150 for that particular group. Now, this is a very high level overview, but there are a couple of other important points that I think are relevant for us to cover. So ICAI conducts the CA intermediate exam going forward 3 times in a year, with May or June attempt, in September, and finally in Jan. Candidates can appear either for both groups or they can appear for just one group. And the registration for the exam is again available online on the ICAI website, the link to which you can find in the description. Candidates need to complete a prescribed study period. Usually it's a 9-month period before appearing for the exam. So this means that if you are coming from the CA foundation, then after clearing your CA foundation, you will have to at least dedicate 9 months. Similarly, if you're coming from a direct entry route, you will have to complete or you will have to dedicate 9 months before you can appear for the exam. Now, after passing both the groups and completing the integrated course on information technology and soft skills, students will be eligible to register for something which we called as articleship or practical training. We are going to talk about articleship as well as CA final in the next video. Thanks for watching and I will see you all shortly. Thank you.